Okay, so returning to Anna's regular moves, we have Hailstorm up, forward, 1, 3, 3+4. This little string here. This is actually a launcher. You can get a combo off of it by doing forward, forward, 3, 4, back 3 into chaos. Let me try and show you what that looks like. I'm not the best at this combo, so it might take me a couple of tries. Okay, so I got it there the second time. A lot of people will tell you that it's a really easy combo to land after up forward 1, 3, 3+4. I don't find it to be, and you know that could well just be my poor execution. Because I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not going to try and um, claim to be the world's best bufferer or in terms of timing moves, because there's quite a strict um, the pickup is quite strict after this. If you do it too early, if you do it too obviously too late, then it will whiff. Um, and yeah, I mean I'm not the best at that part of this game. A lot of people do tell me though that they find it really easy, that you just have to wait. I think you have to, with the forward motion, you have to kind of hold the second forward. You know, when you're doing this part of it to pick them up, you have to sort of hold the forward, but obviously you can't hold it too long, otherwise you won't get the actual forward move. You'll just get a standing 4. So I think it's challenging, this actual combo. Um, you know, it's really up to yourself to go into practice mode and see if you find it challenging. Um, if you find it really easy, that's great because it's a ton of damage, a real ton of damage to land this consistently. If you miss the pickup, it's not so bad. I don't think you'll be launched for it. But you know, obviously, it's never ideal to whiff something, even if it is a pickup off of this particular launch opportunity. I think you can also maybe try dash in down 4-1 to pick them up. Um, whoops. Okay, so that was actually a combo there. So dash in, down 4-1, and then you actually bound with down 2, this move. So I don't know whether that's easier or not. Uh, it's hard to say. It's hard to say. I mean, it's something that is such high damage that I mean, if you were going to be really serious about, if you were like playing in tournaments and all that stuff, if you were like a really professional Tekken player, which I am not, by the way, I'm not that by any stretch of the imagination. I just play it for fun. But if you were really serious about, you know, competing in the game, then I would assume that this was gonna be something that you would have to practice until you could do it with your eyes shut. Like literally, it was just about the timing of the forward 3 afterwards. You didn't even have to look at the screen to land it. But I mean, if you just want to play Anna for fun and it's you know, semi high level or high rank, then you can probably do without it. Um, but yeah, it's definitely a lot of damage, and it's something it's something I can't deny that I wish I was better at. Uh, do wish I was better at, but never mind. But anyway, so this is Hailstorm. This string, it's used a lot online. It's used a lot by Ana players because it is a lot of damage. Just even the string on its own, say you don't even get the pickup, it is a lot of damage. But it's only a combo on counter hit. So if the up forward one is a counter hit, then the rest of the hits afterwards will also connect. Can't be blocked. It can easily be sidestepped though. The entire string, they can sidewalk you all around to your back. But what kind of saves it from being terrible in that regard is that they have to sidestep, because Anna is weak to sidestep left. Okay, so the opponent will want to sidestep left versus Anna, which means that her weak side is her right side. It's kind of confusing. But this string, this up forward 1-3, they have to sidestep this string to their right. They have to go right to avoid this string. So that's what makes it better, is the fact that they have to have prior knowledge of this string and which way they have to sidestep in order to avoid it. They can't just sidestep to their left. They'll still get hit by this move. And that actually makes just even the first hit, just the up forward one, quite useful. This up forward one is 13 frames, is a high, but if you want to maybe catch people who are sidestepping left, this is not a bad option. Just the first hit gives you frame advantage on hit, and it's safe on block if you're just doing this first hit, and it'll make them think harder about sidestepping, because they'll realize that they have, it's not easy mode anymore. They can't just sidestep left for the whole match. So that's quite useful. But just be aware that if you get your up forward 1-3 blocked, then they can interrupt you with jabs before the 3+4 will come out. So it's interruptible, this string. It's also interruptible. It's also, they can sidestep after the up forward 1-3, after this portion of the string. They can sidestep the 3+4 ender. So there is actually a lot of danger associated with this string, and that's why I say don't spam it, because it is quite dangerous actually. But it definitely has its uses, and it's definitely a lot of reward for using it. Okay, so anything else to say? Oh yeah. Sorry. It's also, so it's a counter hit launcher, the whole string, by picking them up with this quite difficult pickup. An easier way to get a counter hit launch off of it is that the second hit of the string, so this 3 kick here, is also a counter hit launcher if the 3 is a counter hit. So if they attack after this up forward 1 and get counter hit by the 3, that's also a launcher. Let me show you. Okay, so that was a launcher. The 3 part of it, she kind of double over stun. You have to dash in after the counter hit and pick your opponent up with down for 1, the standard pickup move, and you will get a full combo off of that. So that doesn't require any kind of timing or anything. You just have to be quick to dash in and pick them up with the down for 1. But it's easy. It's easy mode. So that's definitely another good feature of this string. What makes that even better and even more usable is that you can delay the 3. Okay, that's it's not huge delay. Okay, don't get too excited. It's not, there's a little bit of delay to it, but it might be enough to just, you see that kind of a delay might just be enough to get a counter hit on the 3, and then you've got full combo. So a lot of different ways to combo off of this string, but risky. Sudden Storm. This is a low crusher. It's quite a good low crusher. Gives you a tiny little mini combo of down forward 4 afterwards. which is quite good because it flips them over onto their stomach so that they are face down, which is more advantageous for you. It's better for your wake ups, for your Oki. Um, puts them in a bit of a worse position, which is good. So yeah, it's a good low crush. It's got decent range, but it's very linear, quite linear. But it is safe if they block it. If they block it, it's safe, and it's really safe. It's like -2 or 3, so very, very safe. Which means you can continue your offense because, you know, if they're not familiar with this move, they might think, okay, he did like a hop kick move, you know, it's probably punishable by jabs or whatever, but it's not. So yeah, you can kind of trick them with that. So it's good. I think depending on where the wall is in relation to you, I think it's actually a full combo starter near the wall. But the wall has to be, let me think about this. So it pushes them to your left. So the wall would have to be to the left for that to work. Is that right? Yeah? Yeah, that's really finicky. I mean, I've seen it on combo videos where they pick them up with the down 4-1 afterwards. But the wall has to be at just the right axis for this to work. And to be honest with you, yeah, it's tricky. But it can be done. It's the same thing as with forward 2. That can also be a combo starter at the wall if the wall that pushes them the other way. That pushes them to her right. So I'll get this to work. Nope. Yeah. Humble. So it's that kind of a principle, okay? I know it's not with Sudden Storm, but what you saw there was that because of the way the wall was to Anna's right side, it made the down 4-1 pickup possible where it's not normally possible. And for Sudden Storm, it's the other direction. But I'm having more trouble getting that to work, but possible. Okay, so moving on. Can opener. Now, this is another uber favorite of Anna players. And Nina players as well, because Nina has this as well. This is the high, low, high string. You know, that's so abused online. It's like, and I get why. I do get why. It's kind of a lot harder online to parry the low. There's some issue. It can be quite tricky sometimes to just parry that low, because that's really your only option. Because even if you could block and then launch, I suppose, but because of there's a cancel to it as well. Up forward 4-3-4 tap up. It's that sidestep cancel that you can do from a couple of different moves. So that can make it a little bit more tricky as well. But I would say don't spam this. I mean, I like to use it now and again. It is a low crush because it does give you frame advantage on hit. Okay, if you do the 3 hits and it hits, it's +5. And what I like to do is into the fatal attack combo. That will quite often counter hit. They quite often like to attack after they get hit with can opener. I think it's because they feel relatively, you know, there's pushback and they feel kind of like you're not right up close, so you're not that much of a threat. And sometimes they like to come in on you because can opener tends to annoy people when they get hit by it. So in that situation, it can get counter hit by up forward 1 3 3 plus 4. So yeah, it does have a cancel into sidestep. Whoops. Sidestep shenanigans. Yeah. Quick somersault kick. Yeah, kind of already talked about this. It's tag bufferable launcher, but just remember that its low crush is slow to activate. So you may be frustrated when you're trying to crush down jabs with this move. You may be frustrated. Dominatrix heal. This is a good move. It's another low crush. It's a safe low crush, and what it's really good for is that it hits grounded. So it's good for Christy and Eddie, the capos, when they like to be lay. He likes to be on the ground a lot. Even Ling with her Art of Phoenix. Because of it, it's got such a low hitting hitbox that all those evasive characters and their very evasive. Zafina is another one that this move is good for when she goes into her really low down stances. This is very reliable as a move that will hit them out of these low stances, and the fact that it's safe and the fact that it's a low crush, that covers a lot of bases when you're dealing with those characters. So I do use this a lot versus those kind of characters. The downside to it, because it has to have a downside, is that it's linear, so it can be sidestepped. And as a ground hitting move, if you've knocked them down and you want to hit them on the ground with this, they can side roll it really quite easily. So be aware of that. But on block, it puts them into crouch. So that's just another good aspect of this move, that they're forced into crouch. It actually feels, when you get hit by this move, it feels, the stun on it feels quite heavy, as if it's almost a plus frame move, but it's not. So sometimes people can be a little bit afraid to attack after blocking this move. So I like it a lot. Okay, Executioner. This is a tracking move, and forward 2. It's big plus frames on block. So I think minus +5 on block. I think it varies depending on how far away you hit with it. And if you hit closer, I think it's maybe less than if you hit from the tip of its range. It's a high, okay, so it can be ducked, which is a shame, because but it is a really useful move. On knockdown, if you knock them down, you can do the same little combo from this combo as you do from up forward 3. You can do the down forward 4 afterwards, and it also flips them over. So it's definitely good. It's definitely good for getting in and starting your offense, because they're so, you're at such an advantage that your opponent probably doesn't want to attack, probably just wants to use movement to evade your follow up. Yeah, it's really good. It's one of our top 10 moves for sure. Okay, Treading Water, forward 3 4 3, like the normal 3 hit string. Trouble getting all 3 hits to. Oh, there we go. To hit. Yeah, this is launch punishable on block. So I really would only use the chaos transition. or just the first hit, the forward forward 3. You know, we've talked about that a lot. That's a really useful move. Just the first, you know, forward forward 3. That's probably the best use of this string. But the treading water to chaos can be useful in some situations. It changes the frames, like most chaos transitions. It changes the frames, so that whereas before, you know, the full 3-hit string is very bad, very punishable. If you transition to chaos, it becomes like only -1. I think this transition is to chaos. It's only -1. Whoops. What am I doing? It's, yeah, only -1 if you go into chaos. So that opens up possible counter hits. You know, it's not bad, but it's kind of a gimmick. And I will talk about how the opponent likes to stop your chaos judgment options later on. So it can be kind of difficult to continue your offense because your opponent's magic 4, standing 4, will beat almost every option, even the high crushing lows. You know, if you do this and try and do the low from chaos, if your opponent does standing 4, just an 11 frame standing 4, even though you're doing a high crush, it won't. The 4 will still counter hit you for some reason. So it can be tricky, but I'll talk about that later on. Okay, falling heal. This move, this is like a bad version of Paul's forward forward 4. You know, it's kind of the same animation, but it's just a lot slower, much slower. It is good on block. It's either 0 or +1 or 2. I think that's depending on how close you are, you know, the range issue again. And it's a combo starter, so you can get combo off it if it hits. E.g. that. So that's good about it. But it is quite linear, can be sidestepped. It's mid, so you know, we do need mids as Ana. As an Ana player, you need mids that you can use. So that's good. It's possibly used as a raw tag punish. So if your opponent tags out, and you do forward 4, you're likely to hit the incoming character on your opponent's side when they raw tag, you know, for a full combo. So that's good. I mean, another thing that's good about it is the fact that it can't be reversed by, you know, generic reversals, because it kind of uses her whole body forward 4. So Asuka and Jun can't reverse it, which is kind of good. Also, just while we're talking about that, Dominatrix heal, which was up forward 3+4, this move, it's also not reversible, just so you know, because it's kind of like a whole body move. So that's another one. That's another good feature of this move, the fact that it can't be reversed. You know, this move has a lot going for it, but I just thought I'd mention that because we were talking about forward 4 not being reversible. So, okay, there is a chaos transition from forward 4. Honestly, I just don't use it because it's kind of an exception to the rule of chaos transitions. You know, most chaos transitions alter the frames of a move on block in an advantageous way, so it makes the frames better if you transition to chaos. This is kind of an exception. It makes the frames a whole lot worse if you go into chaos with this move on block. You know, turns it into, I think, -9 or something bad, as opposed to 0 or plus a little bit. So and also it kind of kills your combo. It's kind of difficult to. How would you combo off of that? No, no. I would say don't do it. Don't do it. Okay. So Sana. This is like a blonde bomb, but with more range and more damage. Um, it has a clean hit property, so if you're up close, does a lot of damage. It wall splats. Um, it's not safe. It's minus 13, and you can be punished for it. Um, it has that cool, like, the screen shakes when your opponent gets hit. So that's quite cool. It's got a reasonably low hitbox, so it can hit, you know, maybe side rollers sometimes, or characters in low stances. It can hit that, and it's a lot of damage, so it's okay. This is key. This is key move time. So Assassin's Dagger, quarter circle forward, 1. I mean, it's the cornerstone of Ana. Unfortunately, it is a high, okay? As I said before, a lot of her best moves are highs or lows. But, it's super fast and covers a lot of distance, and its tracking isn't terrible. It's not great, but, it can track. I think the core circle forward motion helps that. And it's a combo starter on counter hit, and it's plus on block. It's about +2 on block, so that helps you to get in and start your offense with this move. So a whole lot going for it. It's got a lot going for it. On counter hit, it has a really high launch, and I mean you can do a lot of different combos from that. So that's good. It's not tag bufferable, unfortunately, on counter hit. I mean, that would be great. And I've tried experimenting with ways to tag out after this hits on counter hit. Maybe using a tag bufferable launcher after the quarter circle forward 1 hits on counter hit. So far, I haven't really found anything that will allow your partner to continue the combo and take red life off of this. It's kind of difficult to think of what would, difficult, but still a great move. Big damage, big damage. Okay, quarter circle forward 2 is a mid out of your crouch dash. So I might as well talk about the crouch dash while I'm on it, while I'm on the crouch dash moves, because these quarter circle forward is your crouch dash. You move forward, you duck under highs, and then you have access to all your quarter circle forward notation moves, such as quarter circle forward 1. So what's interesting about this is that there are kind of 2 versions of your crouch dash. There's the version with forward, so down, forward is one version, or there's also a shorter version which is just down, forward. That. It's still kind of a crouch dash, she does move forward, but it gives you access to her while standing moves and her full crouch. So you can go into full crouch from this short crouch dash and do your sweep, or do your while standing moves. So it gives more range to your while standing moves. So your while standing 3 you can kind of get in and do. Just kind of messing it up now. Yeah. So you can do down, forward, and if you press 3, you should get your while standing move. So that's quite good. It's quite interesting. It's good because sometimes people like to duck when they see a quarter circle forward motion, um, just to avoid the elbow. And if you know that, then you can do the short version, and you can get your while standing 2 out of a crouch dash, which is quite funky. Um, because quarter circle forward 2 is only a launcher on counter hit. It does launch on counter hit, so if it's counter, it's launch time. But you have to pick them up with down forward 1, which can sometimes be awkward. That seems kind of whiffy. Okay, so for counter hit, quarter circle forward 2, I would probably say do a kind of a shorter combo with sidestep 3, just to be safe. So you've got an extension off of quarter circle forward 2, which is quarter circle forward 2, 1. It's natural combo, and it's a lot of damage. It's 49 damage, so that's good. It's a wall splat, so very good in terms of at the wall, and it's minus 14 if the second hit is blocked. The first hit is minus 12, even though, you know, they shouldn't really be punishing the first hit, because the second hit can come and it can be delayed. It can be delayed, so you can throw them off. It's not a huge delay, but there is some delay to it, so it kind of saves it. So, okay, next, quarter circle forward, 3, 2. This is a good move. This is a mid-high that's a natural combo, and this has a ton of delay on it. This is like really delayable. I mean, it's crazy. And the delay doesn't alter the fact of it being a natural combo. If you delay it like really fully, it will still be a natural combo if the first hit hits. You know, sometimes when you delay things, they stop being natural combos. It's not the case with this, so that's good. That allows you to hit confirm it, see whether it hits, and then, you know, do the last hit, because the last hit is high, so it can be ducked. It wall splats, and it's safe if they don't duck the high. So, all good. All good. Okay, this is just like her down forward 3-3 series, just out of crouch dash. Again, it's not that good because both enders are high, so there's no mix up. So it's not that good. Don't really use it. This is a great move. This piston kick is a really good move. You've got to use this. Well, I think you should use it because it's got decent range for this move, and it's got good tracking, you know, and tracking, sidesteppers can be the bane of your life when you're playing as Ana. So for this move to have decent tracking, it really helps a lot, just to keep them in check. And it's a high crush, so another good feature of this move, it will go under highs. Even some mids, I have experienced this as not a mid, there's no such thing as a mid crusher, but it can go under some mids. I've seen it go under Paul's Death Fist, so, you know, that's interesting. So yeah, definitely a good move. It's usually safe versus most characters in the game. Some characters can punish it. I'm talking about Paul, I'm talking about Ling with their 12 frame shoulders, because it's minus 12. It's minus 12, but it leaves you in crouch. That's why it's awkward to punish, and it has a lot of pushback on block. It does have a lot of pushback on block. Oops, did I not turn that on? Standing guard. You know, decent amount of pushback, and you're in crouch. So you can even do full crouch mix-ups, but that's risky. Um, but just definitely a good move for the tracking, for the high crush, for being mostly safe. Um, very good, very very good. Okay, running 3, bad, just bad. It's bad. Um, it's probably like the worst running 3 in the game, and I don't like to say that because I love Anna. She's my favorite character, but they gave her the poopiest while running 3 that there really is, because um, most characters have a running 3 that is plus on block. It's stagger. It gives a bit of block stun and it gives you frame advantage. This is just doesn't do that. Um, it leaves you on the ground, and so they can freely hit you on the ground after that. It's not like you can really do anything about getting hit by lows. You will get hit by lows, on the ground. Um, and you're forced to then try and get up safely, and it's a bit of a nightmare because they can pick you up or do all sorts to you when you're on the ground. And even on hit, it doesn't even have that thing that Nina has where it transitions into a throw. That doesn't even happen. It just kind of knocks them down. Um, huh? Just kind of knocks them down. And okay, it low crushes, but it's not. It's not where it's at in terms of running 3s. Yeah, it's bad. So what can you do? Rising Palm, we talked about this in the punishment section. Tag bufferable, so good in that. Good in that sense. Yeah, good. Face Wash, we talked about this as well. Transitions into Chaos. Quite good. Cat Thrust, good because it's tag bufferable. I don't tend to tag it though, because just because of the way they kind of crumple to the ground. Sometimes your tag combo, sometimes you can drop it, with your partner coming in. You shouldn't be. See. Got it. But it's just not worth the risk for me because it's easy mode pickup with Anna. Um, so I tend to not tag it.